If you're like most people, you have started moving all of your offerings online. So whether you did in-person trainings or speaking or teaching or some other in-person offering, it's now becoming a virtual service by necessity. So what does that mean for your website, and how will you keep up and deliver content that your clients are going to both find and find useful? So what is a landing page? A landing page is a page of your site that has a very specific focus. So let's say you are an executive coach or consultant, and one of your services might be consulting one-on-one with other executives. You would want one page on your website where you've got that particular service. You might also offer speaking services, and maybe you've written a book, and there might be, other things that you offer. But each one of those is going to want its own landing page so that you can drive traffic from other places around the internet to that very specific page with a targeted call to action, and they land on a page where they're finding exactly what they need. So that's what a landing page is. The purpose of the page is to minimize distractions and really dig in deep to the topic of the page. So there are 5 elements of a high converting landing page. The first one is to have text above the fold that demands attention. So whatever copy you're showing before someone starts to scroll needs to be focused and interesting and make them want to learn more. So if you don't have that, none of these other tips really matter. You got to start there with really focused copy above the fold. The second thing that high converting landing pages have is video. So the cool thing about video is that you can build trust and you can create a deeper connection with your audience just very simply and quickly through maybe 20-30 second video. Whereas you'd have to create a lot of copy and images on the page to get the same effect with traditional landing page style. So use video wherever you can to help speed up the social proof process. So the third thing that high converting landing pages have is wonderful imagery. So the thing about images on your page is most people aren't going to read all that much. They'll look at headlines, they might look at a bulleted list here and there, but they're not going to read from top to bottom every little thing that's in text on that page. All that copy, it has other value. It's got SEO value and it's got context for people who are very detail oriented, but most of your users or most of the people that visit your site are just going to skip all that. So they need to get a vibe for what you're selling, and they do that through video and images. So pick the right images that evoke the emotion you want to evoke in your clients and that really kind of tell the story. The fourth thing that high converting landing pages have is copy that makes sense. So if you've got service descriptions that are super long and use all kind of jargon, industry terms that nobody but you is going to know what that means, your client is not going to connect with that. They need something that answers the question, do you solve my problem? If you solve their problem, they're far more likely to keep on scrolling and click on any calls to action that you have on that page. So make sure that the service related copy or the service descriptions are easy to read, easy to understand, and easy to see the value in what you do. The last thing that high converting landing pages do is they have calls to action that actually incite action. So the calls to action have been tested, the language is clear, and it's very obvious what the person visiting that page needs to do to take the next step. And they want to take the next step. Both of those things really have to be true, otherwise calls to action aren't going to work. So those are the 5 elements of a high converting landing page. When you have a high converting landing page, it gives you an edge over any other tabs that might be open on your prospective client's browser. So if they're looking at your service and they're looking at others, if you have a focused page that creates a connection with video or some other image and has very clear copy and calls to action, you're gonna have a much better chance of being the choice your client makes.